All right, so it's about 10 o'clock right now, Wisconsin time, and just kind of looking at everything. So we have a lot of stuff read today, at least on my watch list anyways. So I'm going to focus on this charge point position right now. It's at 22.94. So looking at the 1 minute, it did have a big pullback today. Looks like it's starting to bounce a little bit. But what I'm going to do, I think, with this one is I'm going to close this call that I have. I have a 28 call on it. It's up 78%. So I'm going to lock in this $62. I only have another $18 I can make on it. And I'd have to hold it for another 10 days, possibly. So I'm just going to close it because it's already up almost 80%. So I'll click on that. And then I'm going to click on the short leg and buy to close. So it's saying right now I'm going to pay a debit of $21. So I think I'm actually just going to change that. I'll go towards the mid price and see if we can get that filled. All right, so it filled right away. It filled at 17. So so I probably locked in like $63 on that one. And what I'm going to do with ChargePoint here is I'm going to hold the shares still. I'm down about $2 a share. So I think what I might do is watch this thing a little bit and see if I can see if it bounces. So on the daily chart, it does have this nice big wedge pattern, triangle pattern. It is starting to break down a little bit underneath it. But what I want to do is wait kind of closer to the end of the day to see if this thing actually recovers and closes inside. So I said in the last video on this that I'm interested as long as it stays inside this, but honestly, I don't think I'm even going to sell it. I think if it does break down and close below that trend, I would just end up selling like farther out 25 call. So I might go out like 3 or 4 weeks, maybe like a 32-day and sell it at a 25, because my average right now is 24.97. So if I sell a 25 call, I could bring in like $130, maybe $140, depending where it's at. So I think I would just do that, because $130 on $25 is about 5%. So 5.5% for a month isn't too bad. So I think I'd probably just do that. So I'll wait a little bit longer, see what ChargePoint does. I do have TQQQ and Apple call spreads. So I'm looking for TQQQ to stay under 138 and Apple to stay under 146. Right now, the TQs is at 132, so that one's looking pretty good. And Apple's at 147, but it did just reject this 150 level right here. So it did come up to 150.50, and it rejected pretty hard and pulled back. And I opened this position because of the RSI divergence that's on this. So essentially what I'm looking at here is this downtrending RSI. So I'm looking for it to fall below this 146 level. And I feel like this is a good sign right now because it ran up and then it rejected pretty hard at that 150 level. So I'll wait a little bit on this one, see what this one's going to do. It could be just a bad market day because everything else is kind of down right now. Tesla's down a bunch. Big drop on Tesla. ChargePoint down. NIO's down. So kind of everything that I'm watching right here. So as far as DraftKings goes, technically I'm up on this one because my cost basis is actually 49. So the stock price is at 52.42 and my cost basis is 49.20 something right now. So I'm actually up quite a bit on that one. So that one's looking okay. And then CLVR, this was an interesting one. CLVR on Friday ran really big, and I actually had this in my E-Trade account also, and I had an 1160 sell order in my E-Trade account, so it executed that, sold the shares in E-Trade, and then it dropped. It's down 16% today, so good thing that I was able to sell it in the E-Trade, but I'll just keep holding this one. I've been holding this one forever, so I'm not really too worried about it. I'll just keep holding it. So that's kind of where we're at today.